I can't believe it. I just recorded this video, the last 20 minutes, holding it with my arm to then realize that it didn't record at the very end. No! Okay, monthly update. June 2025. Man, this is so frustrating when that happens. Damn it! So, today is a special episode because we are here on a beautiful piece of land. This is a retreat center that friends of us own and that we're taking care of for a few days, looking after their dogs and watering their plants. So yeah, I'm doing a little tour. Basically, I went all the way, but I'm not gonna walk there again, and show it while I'm also doing my update. And yeah, so I don't know if I can do it right now. I don't want to repeat myself. Fucking A. Okay, let me show you just this part because it's so cool that we can spend a few days here. They have an amazing pool. There's also a river down there. That's gonna be the place to be because it's very hot at the moment and the river is very cold. But otherwise, we can also refresh ourselves in this beautiful pool. And then there's a sauna, really cool big round sauna that we're probably not gonna use, but we've used it last time we were here, which was on New Year's with quite a big group of friends. We were like 20 or so. We spent a few days here, which was amazing. And yeah, then here they have a few studios. Hello, it's just me. And yeah, so if anyone who watches this ever want to do a retreat here in Portugal, this is a beautiful place to do it. Okay, it's the next day, the evening, and I'm gonna give it another go through my list of updates. And while I do that, I'm just gonna show a little bit more of the land, some videos that I took while I was walking around with the dogs. So let's get going. Yeah. First update is around our housekeeper slash personal chef. That has not been working so well. We found this person and she seemed great, but then she couldn't come 1 week, then we were on holiday, then she forgot it. Then we were on holiday again or traveling again. So she only came 2 times. And yeah, then it turned out that it would be much more expensive than what we thought. So I'm not sure if we're gonna stay with her, or I also talked to some other friends and got some other contacts. So I still think that it would be really good for us to outsource that and to buy back some of our time. Also, I noticed that I think since we started this process, my own willingness or desire to cook just went down. And yeah, so it would be good to outsource it, at least, like lunch every day. Yeah, then we've been traveling quite a bit. Right now we're here for a few days in this beautiful location. And just before that, we were in Madeira, first time. Incredible island, like really, really cool hikes there. And yeah, we celebrated a friend's birthday and just rented a nice house, and that was really cool. Yeah, and then last month we were in Georgia, right, for this retreat, a little bit over a week long. And one thing that I'm proud of there is that this time I actually followed up with quite a few people that I met there. Because I met amazing people, but very often I meet amazing people. I'm like, yeah, I want to stay in touch. I want to send, a thank you message or just some reflections afterwards. And then if I don't do it immediately, then like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, at some point it kind of feels weird. So this time I sent a bunch of voice messages and stayed in contact with some of those people, and that feels really good. Another thing that I feel good about is that I started to organize a paddle group, so to play paddle or padel once a week, because I really miss playing racket sports. Throughout the whole winter I played squash every Wednesday. That was so much fun. Now on Wednesdays there's spike ball and volleyball, which is also cool, but it's not as intense. And yeah, if you play squash for an hour, then if I play squash for an hour, then I'm really exhausted, and it's just amazing because it's one person versus one person, so there's a lot of contact, and yeah. So I want to get that going so that I have a group of people, and then once a week we play that on Mondays, and then Wednesday I do volleyball or spike ball on grass close to a river, or close to the river in Lisbon. And then Tuesday is beach volleyball at the beach. Yeah, and like at least 3 times a week I want to do sports, and then maybe 1 or 2 workouts at home. And I also feel good about it because so we have this vision of getting out of the city, living in a community, in nature, and with tiny houses and all of that. And I'm still in the process, figuring things out, learning. But since we started, there's this shift in me of how much effort do I want to put into initiating new things in Lisbon when I already know that I want to leave, right? But at the same time, it's gonna take maybe a year, maybe 2 years. Who knows how it all comes together. So if I stay at least another year, of course I should organize a group of people to play paddle with, right? So it's just interesting that how just a new idea, basically a new thought, can really shift the energy or like the motivation to do certain things. Because technically everything is the same. I'm still in Lisbon, still gonna stay in Lisbon for quite a while, but yeah, that's that. With the tiny houses, so 2 weekends ago, maybe Diara and I, we rented a car. We drove to visit the tiny houses so that she could also see them in person. And we explored Lisbon a little bit, went to a waterfall and hiked a little bit. That was super cool. And I want to make a YouTube video about that whole trip. Basically, this whole channel might change soon. Yeah, because I want to document this journey from idea to we live on a piece of land, we have community there, and then like even further, right? Like just documenting and also using those videos a little bit as a way of satisfying my need for creative expression, right? And playing around with different shots, and it's really cool. And we got cool shots, and I think the video is gonna turn out great. And how it always is, I'm like, making YouTube videos is so cool, but then when it comes to the editing, it's like I'm already 3-4 hours in, and I'm not even like halfway done, and I'm already trying to kind of not be perfectionistic, just like, okay, let's put the video clips together and cut out the parts that are not interesting. But yeah, it takes time, and because I'm feeling maybe I don't have too much time to really put into it, even though it can be enjoyable, it's still work. I can't just have a long day of coaching sessions and work, and then in the evening edit for another 2 hours. I don't always have the energy for that. So yeah, we'll see. But I do have a name for the YouTube channel, and I probably will just take mine and remove all the videos and then use this channel, rename it. That's the idea right now, but we'll see. Maybe I start a completely different one, because I also do want to keep going with my monthly update videos. It's just, I'm doing this already since, a few years now, and it's just cool to have those videos. So yeah, let's see. Regarding the tiny house vision, I talked to a friend actually, I talked to a lot of people, also to the friends who own Serra Vida, the place, the retreat center that we are in, and they had a big, or still have a big camper van. They lived in it for 9 months, and then they found the land. And this is actually something that a lot of people do. They have a camper van, and that allows them to travel to different lands and check them out and so on. And yeah, that's a good way to do it, because you don't want to just look online and, I don't know, drive there once and then buy it, right? You want to really meet the land and preferably see it throughout the different seasons, to see how it changes. If there's a river or a well, is it still running in the summer? Is it completely dried out? Or if it rains in the wintertime, is it completely muddy? Or yeah, how is the land? So Diara definitely doesn't want to live in a camper van or even a motorhome, something bigger. I would be open to it, but doesn't really, yeah, maybe not. But the new idea is to buy one, and then we have that to visit lands, and then we can sleep there. And then when we have a piece of land and we have a tiny house, we definitely want a second living space as well, which could be a yurt, but a yurt also costs like 15,000, maybe up to 20,000. So a motorhome has the same function basically. It's maybe not as spacious, but it has, it can have a bed, it can have a workplace, and it allows us to find a piece of land much better. And if we want to go to a festival, which we still want to, right now all of our friends are on a festival. We decided not to go to festivals this year to just keep our focus and so on. But also we're a little bit done with like festivals and sleeping in tents. But if you have a camper van, you can bring your food, you have a nice bed, then yeah. So I need to convince Yara that this is a good idea. But yeah, that's new. Okay, then lastly, work. Yeah, I still feel the desire to just dedicate myself fully to coaching. Tiara and I had this idea to do Monday, Tuesday is the business days where I work on our business and I'm supporting there, and yeah, just full focus on that. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, full focus on coaching. We've only been doing it now, trying it a few weeks. Then with all the traveling, shorter weeks, it hasn't been working too well yet. But yeah, we'll see. We're making progress. We're getting, I would say, more to the core, more open to receiving support. Maybe we hire someone else who can work on a business with Yara and take some stuff off her shoulders. Maybe hiring a business coach. I met a coach last week, that I can really imagine working with as a new coach for myself. Maybe also for Yara. Yeah, of course, receiving help, it costs money. We signed up today for a Portuguese course in person, 12 weeks, which starts in September, which I'm very excited about. And yeah, that feels like a really good investment. I really want to learn the language so that I can speak it and get over this threshold. And when you can speak it, then you improve just by using it more. That's at least the hope. I also talked to a woman in Germany who is offering darkness retreats. And I wanted to do a darkness retreat since 2021, I believe. And yeah, I might book it soon. Who knows? Maybe at the end of the year, at the beginning of next year. It's going to cost around €1,000. I want to do 7 or 8 nights. And yeah, I feel the calling. I also feel nervous about it, to just be with myself in such an intense way with no distraction. And I've heard from many people that it's a very powerful, very intense, very confronting, often experience. Yeah, I would say those are the news. That's the update. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna chill out here a little bit, read my book, and yeah, we had a good day today, very productive, had some good client calls, and yeah, just we didn't sleep well last night. There was quite a few insects and mosquitoes, even though we had a mosquito net. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get used to, sleeping in nature in that way. All right, peace.